Hi Dream Divas, stylist Falon here of Dream Weave Hair Gallery. Today's video is going to be how to wand curl your hair like this without burning yourself. So I'm making this video because I have several clients who have told me that they're afraid of wands because they've burnt themselves so many times. So in this video I'm just going to show you correct hand positioning that you can use and how to properly hold the hair so you don't burn yourself. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that notification bell in the bottom and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. So the things you're going to need, of course, is your clips. Love these gator clips. Your rat tail, your brush, and the products that I'm using today that I had just discovered but I absolutely love. Design Essentials Moroccan Oil. This is a thermal serum, so it's going to give you heat protection, and it's designed specifically for weaves and extensions. A little bit of spritz for holding, and then my finishing. Then of course you need your wand, whichever size you want. I love this one because it has three. I can use 3 different attachments and flat iron. So ladies, this is the wig that from my 5-minute morning install. The first thing we want to do is section it off. Usually if I want to do just some quick pretty curls, of course, like simple, make a part straight down the back, pull this hair to this side, this hair to this side. First thing I do is do my serum. So 1 pump, and I always suggest to all of my clients, I'm going to start at the end and I'm going to work my way up so that I don't end up having oily hair at the root and then it's dry at the bottom. And then 1 pump for this side. So emulsifying my hands, and of course start at the ends and then work my way up the hair. And this stuff is amazing, gives it nice sheen, controls the flyaways. So this is why we need our clips. We're going to take a 1-inch section, clip it up. And the main reason why I want to show this is because I have lots of clients that are afraid to use their wand because they're like, I always burn myself. Because what you want to do is make sure you're holding your wand in the right hand and the right position. So if I'm curling my hair on this side, the wand should be in the opposite hand. You have to come across. It should be facing down, and then you wrap. If you want it to go away from you, you just wrap back away from the face. And you hold that last little 1/2 inch here. So before you let it go completely, hold it for a second and let it go. Now what I didn't show you in the last piece that I'm going to show you in this piece is if I want also a little bit of a longer hold, when I do this section, I'll spray real quick, front, back, and the bottom. Then you comb it through. Again, if you're curling this side, you want your wand to be in this hand. It should come over and across and pointing down. Then you start and you wrap away from your face if you want them all to go away. Now this last little section right here, you just hold that out. If you want a little more, yeah, that happens too. You want a little more, you go a little bit closer, but just hold the end so you don't burn yourself. Now when you let it off, don't let it immediately drop because the curls will drop faster. So you want to hold in your hand a little bit, let it cool, and then let it go. Now if your hair has a lot of, like if you've curled it several times, you want to have fresh curls, or you want to change the curl pattern or whatever, the next thing that you want to do is you want to comb your section out. Like say you have a lot of crinkles in this section, then you will want to run your flat iron down just to give you a fresh palette to work with. And then this is I'm going to show you one more time for this side. Then I'll curl all the way up, and then I'll come back when I get to this side so you can see what to do when you get on this side. So from curling this side, hold the wand in this hand. You're going to bring it across, point it down, and you wrap the hair around going away from your face if that's what you want. If you guys would like me to show you different positions of the wand and what they'll give you, drop it in the comments below so I can know to make those for you if you're interested. And then hold it in my hand for a second and let it go. See that? So I'm going to just go through these and we'll probably record it and we'll speed that up, and when we get to this side we'll slow down again for you. So just going to curl it, continue doing the same thing. Okay, so now that I've finished this side, it's done. The most important thing, never comb through the curls while they're still cooling. Always let them cool while I do the whole thing and then comb through them at the end. So now we're on this side that's sectioned out. We're going to do basically the same thing as the other side. We grab our section that we want to do and clip up this side. Now, again, if you want to use spritz or not, you spray your spritz first. If you decide that you need to smooth it out, then you would use your flat iron first to smooth out so you have a clean palette, fresh palette. Now, again, the main thing is we're curling this side, so now the wand should be in this hand. You want to come over and across, point it down, and then you just wrap around, same way as the other side. But the hand that you're holding it in is what's most important to not burn yourself. And then again, I got this 1/2 inch section that I'm just using to hold on the wand so I don't burn myself. Then you hold the hair so it cools, and then just lightly let it drop. So this is what I've seen clients do. I'll literally ask them, they're like, oh, I'm scared to use it because I keep burning myself up. So I ask them, so show me what you're doing when you curl the hair. And they're like, I'm like this. You can't, it's easy to turn it down and burn yourself here. You're trying to do this and burn yourself with this on here. That's the reason why sometimes people are afraid to do it, because they're afraid to burn themselves. Curling this side with this hand, hold it with this hand. This should be in the opposite hand. I'm going to bring it straight across, point it down, and now I'm going to wrap it around the wand with this hand. When I get to about a 1/2 inch or inch out, you just hold that hair there. It's not even close to this wand, so I don't burn myself. But if you have the wand in the wrong hand, the chances of burning yourself are pretty high. So again, I'm letting it cool, dropping. I'll show you that one more time on this side. And then when I get up to the top, I'll come back, I'll finish the curls. When I get to the top, I'll come back and show you, because when you get to the top here, you want to do slightly different. So this is curl I'm going to show you. When you take your section out, all that hair, you want to straighten that out. You want a smooth finish. Flat iron it if you need it. Mine's not bad, so I don't think I really need it. So I want to hold it in this hand because it's on this side. Grab it with the opposite hand. Bring it around, face it down, and wrap. Make sure you leave that 1/2 inch to inch. So that's what you use to hold the hair on. Hold that in your hand, then let it down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish wanding this side to about here, and I'll come back and show you the difference from down here to up here. Depending on how much volume you want. Most people don't want a ton of volume at the top. So as I was curling these bottom pieces, you can see I went up pretty high on the wand. Now when I get up at the top, if I want less volume but still curl, you start off the same exact way, but instead of starting the wand all the way up here, what you're going to do is you're just going to bring it down a little bit, maybe about halfway, and start wrapping. but it depends on the look you're going for. So today I want mine to go down a little bit more. I don't want them to be super high. So that's how I'm going to do it. And even some people like you can grab like a bigger chunk, like 2 pieces together and curl it so you have that kind of Farrah Fawcett-esque look. But again, the arm position is the same. I'm coming across from the opposite side, holding it, and then dropping it. So you see how I'm starting to get a bend and then a curl, instead of curl starting from up here, and I have a ton of volume and none really down here. So it just depends on what you're looking for. It's like, this is a pretty thick section here. I don't want a ton of volume. I want more of that Farrah Fawcett-esque look. So I'm even going to take this entire top part down here, coming across this way, about halfway down the strand, and hold it. And then let it fall. So see how I have like looks like a bang, a wave, and then it comes down into a curl, instead of curl starting all the way up here and having a mass of volume. So now to finish off the style, see how I let all the curls sit. To finish the style, when I have curls, I always like to take my serum, put it on my hands first, rub it in before I run it through the curls. Why do I do this? Because when your hands are dry, it tends to get stuck in between like the cracks of your imprints. When it's moisturized like this, it'll help to tame the frizz back down while you're running it through to create volume. So now that the curls have set, I can run my hands through it how I want to create the volume that I want and shape it just the way I want it. And see how with the oil on my hand, it's not frizzing out because I don't have dry fingers running through curls in it, and the curls are sticking to my hand and causing frizz. So now that that's over and I completed this look without a bunch of scars, hopefully you enjoyed that. All of the items that I use, there will be a link in the bottom if you want to buy the flat iron or the wand or any of those things. Please check below. And if you found these tips helpful, leave a comment and say thank you down below. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day.